Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I am just going to try and help you solve a common question that I always find on this channel. It's regarding using trailing stops with your robots. It seems like a popular question on this channel, people asking me how to add trailing stops to their robots. So there are various ways actually that you can use to do that. I'm just going to dwell on that in this quick video because I'm trying to make these videos shorter, because some of you complain that they are too long and I need to make them shorter. So I'm going to try and make the video shorter. So there are various ways that you can actually approach your trailing stops in Fxdreema. So this is a previous robot that we did with the previous video. If you're interested in that, you can always watch that video after finishing watching this one. So I'm just going to delete everything, and then we can just start with on a clean slate. So obviously the first thing that we usually do is we check once per bar, time filter once per bar, and we also check that there are no trades running before we can run our robot. I'm just giving an example robot, but otherwise the focus is on trailing stops today, not really about the robots. So let's say maybe our robot is a condition, let's say somebody asked for a robot that can place a buy and sells at the same time. So I think they can also find value with this. So we can set a condition there. Let's say we can set a condition like moving average cross. Let's say maybe moving average cross 1 needs to be above moving average 3. Then sorry about that, I don't know what's happening with my throat. So we can change that to exponential if we want. I'm just giving you a hypothetical robot. Then we can place our buy now button there, and we can also put our sell now button there, because this person wants a robot that places both buys and sell at the same time. And hopefully if the sell is wrong, the stop loss will be hit, and if the buy is correct, then obviously price will go and hit their TP. Let me just clear my throat. So yeah, so that gives you an idea of how to have a robot that places both buys and sells at the same time. It's a strategy that some people believe works. It means they don't need to be correct, they just need to have a place both buys and sells, and just be able to take a small loss. Maybe let's just set it at 30 pips stop loss there, and we set it again at stop loss 30 pips. So hopefully the trade that gets stopped out at a stop loss, it ends there, and the one that is positive, it can still go. Let's give it 60, maybe kind of break even. So the one that is correct can still go on and become profitable. Hopefully it can cover the one that was a loss, that was stopped out by stop loss. But that's just generally how you want to approach this. Or you can actually even remove this condition. You can just have a robot that's just going to be placing buys and sells. Like every new bar is just placing buys and sells. So it's really up to you how you want to skin this. but in any case, I've shown you how you can have buys and sells being opened at the same time. So there, let me again just put back my condition, because I prefer to have conditions in there so that at least you are trying to catch something that makes sense, not just opening random trades and stuff like that. But in any case, so what do we usually do? In any case, if you want to use your trailing stop, because this you are going to need a trailing stop for the positive or the profitable trade, you just want to monitor it as well. So you can actually come here and you can actually pick this block which says trailing stop each trade, and you can basically just connect it like that, and you can double click and you can go in there, and you want a trailing stop by whatever figure in pips that you want. Maybe you want to maintain from the 30 pips that you had with the initial stop loss. So the moment it starts moving positive by 1 pip, your stop loss is going to edge a little bit closer. Or maybe you want it to move, let's say by every 5 pips in profit, you want the stop loss to move closer to your price by 30 pips. So that's one approach of doing that. And did I save that? I had not saved it, but in any case, you can experiment with this. I'm just giving you ideas. The point of this video is not me spoon feeding you, it's just to give you direction that you need to take. So this is one approach that you can use. Or we can break that connection. You can actually come, we in previous videos we talked about the pass block. It basically does nothing but except to just execute what's behind it. So you can actually use a pass block just like that, and you can still trade trail each stop loss that you have here. Or another way, let's just delete that connection. Another way will be to actually use time filters. You can actually set let's say once per bar. You can actually, instead of the pass block, use a time filter. Maybe once per bar you want the trailing stop to be moved by however conditions are in the stop loss. So I've already shown you about 3 ways of approaching the trailing stop, and the last one probably will be maybe not the last one, because there are many blocks that you can play around with regarding this. Let's just move this to the side like that. So the last approach that I'm going to show you will actually be here, where you can actually go for loop for trades and orders. So you can say for each trade, then you say pips away from stop loss. So we can say if our price has moved so much away from the initial stop loss, here is got 150 pips. Maybe we say if our price has moved 30 pips, or let's say 50 pips away from our initial stop loss, update. Okay, I don't know what's happening with my internet there. So if it has moved about 50 pips away from our initial stop losses that would have set in these blocks, what we want to do is modify stops. Then we just link it like that, and we double click and we go in there. So new stop loss mode, new stop loss, where do we want the new stop loss to be by pips? That's basically what you are going to set here, and you can basically here set or like price reference. You can use the ask for buy, bid for sell, or you can use bid for buy or ask for sell. It's basically up to you. Play with some of these things. Really, there is a lot that you can do with just playing around with these simple conditions. Then maybe let's just pick that one. Then so you can also move the take profit. You can see we can actually, if it's moving in our direction, we can actually also move the take profit. But maybe you were just focusing on trailing stops, so we just leave the stop loss out for now, and we update. So, or maybe you don't want to use the approach of pips away from stop loss. You can actually use like pips away from take profit, pips away from open price. Play with all of these blocks. There is a lot really that than I can actually go in and explain in a quick and short video. So I hope this actually helps you understand how to use trailing stops regarding trailing stops in Fxdreema. There are many ways of skinning that trailing stop cat in Fxdreema. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye. I got facts over